Hello ladies and gentlemen, so as you can guess from the title of this video, I'm going to be showing you how to level up your smithing and enchanting fast. Now this isn't any miracle method that will level you up in 3 minutes or anything, but it will level up enchanting and smithing a lot faster than you usually would. What's great about this process is that it actually levels up your speech and alteration magic at the same time as a bonus. This guide does not use any exploits, glitches, mods, or Creators Club content and is entirely vanilla. So the only mods I'm running right now are the unofficial Skyrim patch, Sky UI, which improves the Skyrim HUD, and a few retexture mods to make the game look better. The basic premise of this guide is to use the Transmute spell to turn iron ore into gold ore and to turn the gold ore into gold rings to sell or enchant for a massive amount of gold and experience. This guide will be broken up into 4 steps: how to get the Transmute Spellbook, where and how to get a lot of iron ore and gold ore, transmuting and smelting the iron ore and gold ore, and enchanting the gold rings. The timestamps for different sections of the guide will be in the description, and with that, let's get started. Alright, so as for how you get the Transmute Spellbook, you have to head to the Halted Stream camp. I'm already at the Halted Stream camp, and this is where it's located on the map, just north of Whiterun, right here. Once you are at the Halted Stream camp, you're going to have to clear the camp of bandits. There are generally 3 bandits outside, 1 bandit that's immediately inside when you enter, and another 3 bandits at the very end of the camp. That includes the camp boss, or the bandit boss. So if we walk through, avoid this pressure plate in the middle, it'll drop falling rocks on you. There should be a bandit right inside here that will be sitting at this table. Kill him, and he should have a Halted Stream camp key on him. That will unlock this iron door over here. Come down here. You're going to have to fight a bandit boss and a couple bandits. And if you run over to this table over here, there should be a Transmute Spellbook here. The only issue is that since I've already gotten the Transmute Spellbook, there is no Transmute Spellbook here for me. Alright, but where and how are you going to get a lot of iron and gold ore? Well, the main locations that have the most ore veins are Fort Fellhammer, Embershard Mine, Coalskeggr Mine, Blind Cliff Cave, Left Hand Mine, and Iron Breaker Mine. Fort Fellhammer has 10 iron ore veins, Embershard Mine has 8 iron ore veins, Blind Cliff Cave has 6 iron ore veins, Left Hand Mine has 5 iron ore veins, and Iron Breaker Mine has 6 iron ore veins. Coalskeggr Mine, which is the exception to this group of mines, is actually not an iron mine, but is actually a gold mine with a whopping 17 gold ore veins. Now keep in mind that each ore vein gives 3 ore. So if you mine all the ore veins from Fort Fellhammer, which is over here, you will get 30 iron ore. Another quick tip is that you can buy iron ore from blacksmiths in all the towns and cities for 5 gold apiece. This is a super cheap way to get some iron ore fast, and each vendor sells somewhere between 1 to 7 iron ore, generally speaking. So you can head to Whiterun to buy all the iron ore, then to Riverwood, then to Falkreath, then to Markoth, and so forth. Just buying all the iron ore from the blacksmith vendors, and you can get around 30 iron ore or more just from doing that across all the towns and cities that you go to. Alright, so once you have all the iron ore you want gathered, head to a blacksmith, but don't smelt it. Instead, use the Transmute spell we got in the beginning of this guide to turn all of it into gold ore. The Transmute spell does not directly turn iron ore into gold ore, it first turns it into silver ore, then gold ore. So you have to cast the Transmute spell twice to turn an iron ore into a gold ore. If you have low magical problems, like me, simply cast the Transmute spell as many times as you can before pressing T, which is the default button for wait, hit enter to wait for 1 hour, and your magical bar will refresh. This will allow you to continue casting the Transmute spell with as little time in between as possible. This is the part where your alteration magic will be leveling up. Alright, so after you turn all of your iron ore into gold ore, smelt it into gold ingots using the smelter. A smelter looks like this, it's right behind me. Now, since I've already done this step, I won't be doing it on screen, since it's pretty self-explanatory. But for the next step, if you want to maximize the experience gain once we start crafting using the gold ingots that we have, you're going to want to make sure you have the Warrior Stone activated, and to sleep in an inn or your own house for a well-rested buff. The Warrior Stone can be found here on the map. just right next to Ember Shard Mine. This, in total, will give you a 30% boost to Smithing XP gained for the next step, combined between the Warrior Stone and the Well Rested buff. Now, we can turn all of our gold ingots into gold rings, using a forge. As you can see here, the crafting option is right up before us. Now, you want to turn gold ingots into gold rings because it gives 2 gold rings per gold ingot, as opposed to a gold necklace or any other piece of jewelry, where you only get 1 gold necklace per gold ingot. And on top of that, as you can clearly see, if we do some math, 2 gold rings with 75 value each is 100 equals to 150 value, whereas crafting 1 gold necklace is only 120 value. Plus, gold rings are a lot lighter to carry, being 0.25 weight as opposed to the gold necklace 0.5 weight. So, once you've made all your gold rings, you should have leveled up quite a few levels in smithing, especially if you had the Warrior Stone buff and the Well Rested buff active when crafting those gold rings. At lower levels, such as level 15 smithing to level 30 smithing, this can easily get you 10 levels of smithing. Once you pass level 60 though, you won't gain as much XP as before, but will still likely get up to at least 2 to 5 levels each time you make all these gold rings en masse. Now, you have one of 2 options. You can sell all your gold rings now for a few thousand gold, or you can hold on to them for the next step if you're interested in leveling your enchanting and making even more gold. Alright, so enchanting the gold rings. Before enchanting your gold rings, you have to disenchant another piece of random jewelry to learn an enchant first, unless you've already done that. So for example, I can disenchant this ring, or this amulet, that I'm currently wearing, to learn an enchant. But since I've already done that, I won't be doing that again. And it isn't hard to find enchanted jewelry. You'll likely find it in chests, on the bodies of dead bosses, and just while exploring Skyrim in general. Also, make sure that you have a good amount of filled soul gems, as those are what power your enchantments, and without them, you cannot enchant anything. Disenchanting levels up enchanting as well, so definitely collect and hoard any enchanting gear you get to disenchant them to learn more enchants and get some extra enchant levels along the way. Once you disenchant some jewelry and learn a few enchants though, choose a gold ring and pick any enchant you want. Pick a soul gem, and I recommend picking the weakest soul gem you have, since it doesn't really matter because we're only doing this to level up. I'm currently level 45, now watch how fast this levels me up. 1 enchant, and I'm already halfway to level 46. We can do this again, just to get to level 46. And now, I am level 46. Keep in mind that you do not have to enchant gold rings to level up, and I'm usually using gold rings as an easy example, since you should have crafted a lot already if you follow the smithing guide in this video. This enchanting process can be done with any other item, like iron daggers, scavenged armor, or other types of jewelry. Now, after you've enchanted all your gold rings, you can sell them for a much higher value. So as you can see, I'm in my inventory. This gold ring that's enchanted has a value of 95, while this regular gold ring has a value of 75. The same happens if we speak to Belethor.
I'd even buy trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
As you can see, an enchanted gold ring sells to Belethor for 50 gold, whereas a regular gold ring sells to Belethor for 34 gold. Now, selling all these gold rings or other items, whether they're enchanted or not, levels up your speech skill as well, which is a very nice bonus. And with that, this tutorial is at its end. So hopefully that helped anyone in 2021 who is looking to level up their enchanting and smithing skill quickly without exploits, glitches, mods, or Creation Club content. This video was inspired by ESO. The tutorial videos he made that inspired me will be in the description. If there's anything that I left out, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Peace.